the Badan swimmer. Just a little message I want to put out. Been beautiful Sarajevo. I didn't get to catch up with everyone, but had some interesting conversations being here as I always do. And one of the things I've never been able to really kind of reconcile with myself from coming back and forth from Sarajevo, living here and periods and stuff like that is the amount of ego that I see within the arts community here, which is especially in the music scene, but in general, but especially in the music scene. And it's interesting. I was having this conversation with somebody about this yesterday, talking about like as much as I've moaned about this like ego bullshit in London, there's still a lot more of this community thing where people are building together and whatnot. And we kind of came to the conclusion that it's out of a need, I guess, because a big city, it's hard to get your stuff out there. Where when you're working among a community of other artists, you know, you help each other, and that makes sense. And well, basically, what I want to say is like, I don't know if people feel like that's not needed here because it's a small town and everybody wants to be the king of the castle kind of thing. Well, let me just say this: if you think it's rough at the bottom, imagine how rough it is on top. You think it's just think about that. You think it's rough at the bottom, but it's even rougher on top, especially if you're by yourself. Like anybody had that first mixtape I done, MySpace cult classic, Concealed Anger, Listen, to this day, I think, okay, not in terms of technicality of recording and my vocals and rapping, but in just pure writing. Because like I'm a writer first before anything else. Like that was my background before I started rapping, which is poetry, straight poetry, pen to paper. As writing, a blend of writing and recording, I don't think I've matched that yet. Like, and I recorded that when I was still struggling to grow facial hair. Do you know what I'm saying? So for me, that's my biggest competition is myself, and not what the fuck anyone else is doing. I just feel like this ego shit that I've seen in the arts community here is it's not needed. Like especially for a smaller city. Like imagine people building something together. How far you can take that and just spread it. So yeah, man. I mean, listen. I'm not saying be devoid of ego. That's not what I'm saying because not everybody wants to be a Buddhist monk, right? And I believe, especially if we're talking hip hop, you need a certain you need to carry your ego sometimes, but put your ego in check sometimes. Know when to just like humble yourself. As I've been saying from the beginning of the year, be humble 2017, just know when to humble yourself because I mean a couple of people that I've met here when I first came in 2010, like I've seen, and like I'm not gonna throw names out there, but I've seen them like flourish, and that's blessed. I'm happy to see people do that. But there are certain people I've seen their personalities curve based on their success, and you'll see them in the street and they can't even say hello. Like, what the fuck, man? You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. Like I said, for me, if you're gonna bake a cake, there's no point in baking a cake if you can't share it with your people. And just a little food for thought. No pun intended. Williamson. Ciao. And hope I'll catch up with some people in Master.